Metal for the metalhead, fucking racist. I bet you're all wondering who the fuck is this Jesus/Aquaman cunt before you? Neither of those. I'm in fact James Taylor. And thanks for asking, guys. I am vegan. Which means not only am I better than everyone in this room, I'm also more handsome than every single one of you as well. So worked in bars for years, right? And you often encounter people that you do not want to encounter. And there was this one guy one night on a very busy Saturday night serving around 300 people. He came up to me and he was shouting in my face, pointing at me. I held my composure. And he was a right English cunt, and I was like, Richard, please. I say that was me, couldn't help it. So, I held my composure, and as I went to give him his drinks, he held his hand out, and I thought to myself, the fucking cheek of this prick. So he held his hand out, and I went to take all of his change and threw every single last bit of it in his drinks. I went to walk off the bar to finalise it with a few body blows. I just went right out the exit. If you're interested, you can come to St Luke's and get served the pound coin cocktail if you wish. As I say, I've worked in bars for years. And you see people buying the same shots all the time, your Jaeger, your Tequila Rose, and I get people asking me, James, what is your favourite shot? And I say the same thing every single time. Lee Harvey Oswald. After 5 years, Britain's most hated criminal, Tory, and alleged adulterer has stepped down. I'm not talking about Rishi Sunak, I'm of course talking about Lad Baby. Lad Baby stepping down from the Christmas title race is important because it made the Beatles come out of retirement with a new song just so that their #1 chart record wouldn't be affected. And in the spirit of Christmas, I want to ask you guys, what are your favourite Christmas songs? Somebody shout some out.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Fuck off.
Really do. Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan. Snowman. Right. I don't hear anybody saying Saviour's Day by Cliff Richard, right? Cliff on a fucking cliff. That is the greatest thing ever. And he's like, on a Saviour's Day. Go home and watch it. Best thing I've ever seen. You know it. Well, there's only one real answer, guys. And if you know me, you know this answer. Christmas time with fucking darkness, guys. Let me take you back to 2003. I was 8. Evanescence had just brought us back to life. The Black Eyed Peas had somehow found the love. But unfortunately for us, Christmas time didn't get the #1 position. And I'm fine with that. I don't talk about it every single year, I haven't wrote a report on it, but nothing. And you might ask, but why is that? And I'll say, Gary fucking Jules. He covered Mad World for the Donnie Darko soundtrack. And you'll say, James, Donnie Darko came out in 2001, not 2003. And I'll point to you and I'll say, you're fucking right, Roger Ebert. It did. So why did it chart in 2003? Well, Donnie Darko came out in October 2001, which isn't ideal for a film that has a fucking plane crash in it. So while the world is mourning 9/11, us British people are like, yes, Donnie Darko! He didn't give a fuck. So then the director's cut came out in 2003. We bought it up, we bought the album, then we bought the single, and sadly, The Darkness didn't get #1. Again, I told you it doesn't actually bother me. I'm not going to see them tomorrow night at the Barrowlands, everyone. And I propose, and I think you must be all on the same page as me. Had 9/11 never happened, The Darkness would have been at #1 in 2001. The last good Christmas song. Shoot me down, eh? This will be the first year that you hear Do you know she died in a boating accident? Every cunt's heard it every single fucking year since she died. You can turn around to that person and you can say, he's fucking dead as well. Half of you will be really upset with that, I'm sure. Yeah? And we know who the other half are. And all I'm saying to the other half is the Grim Reaper's coming for Paul Gascoigne at some point. Has anyone in here ever tried any classy drugs? Can the security please escort these people out of the premises? I do not want them here and I want to continue on with the show as scheduled.
Have you ever tried any classy?
Okay. You interrupted me. So, I have more to say.
She's never had any?
Never had any? Oh well then. Right, well. So, I have dabbled in magic mushrooms, and it's not the story of taking the magic mushrooms. And I bet there's one person in this room that wishes it was that story. But it's a different story. So, I rock up to my Saturday shift at the Maltman. It's really cold, it's a mid-December night, much like tonight. Very similar. So I get there and I'm in pain, a lot of pain. There's a guy shouting at me in my face, telling me I'm a cunt. And I just have to, I deal with it. I told you guys, already dealt with it. I'm not an angry person, unless you saw my last stand-up. So then, by the end of the night, I think, great, it's time to go home and relax. And somebody says, fuck it, let's go to the cat house. I'm like, who am I to judge? Time to go. So we get to the cat house. And Limp Bizkit's Rolling is on. So I'm trying my best at this point to keep on rolling, but it's not really working for me. So like, keep on rolling. I'm like, don't worry about too much, guys, don't worry about too much. So we're waiting for some Judas Priest. The B-52's Love Shack, the greatest song ever written. RuPaul was in the video.
See?
Yeah, exactly. Good, yeah. I think. So, then cat house ends, thankfully, and I decide to walk home, and I'm like, this is it, we're finally safe. So I'm walking home, and remember guys, it's a very horrible December night like tonight, and I make it up Duke Street. And I stop at the Nacador Indian restaurant. Has anyone ever been to the Nacador Indian restaurant? 3 people. You'll probably never go back, and none of you will ever want to go. So I make it 2 seconds past the Nacador Indian restaurant, guys. I run down the back of the cobblestone street where it is. I immediately pull down my trousers and projectile shit against the wall. We're keeping it like an RPG, guys. My ring piece was in tatters. Absolutely nothing to wipe with. Thank you very much.